clapper. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Pull-Up Experience. We have another great addition for you guys today. We have Miss Lovie here today with us, y'all. We have Miss Brittany.
Hey, y'all.
Y'all already know me. And we got Steve in the back. We got Bree in the back. We have a great addition for you guys today, okay? And without further ado, Miss Lovie, how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
I'm
feeling good.
We appreciate you coming on today.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. I'm honored to be here. It was such a pleasure.
Come on now. Yeah, we had it's been way overdue. So I like to stir up the pot.
Okay.
Okay. Cleveland, born and raised?
Yep.
Okay, what hood you represent?
Shaker.
Shaker, okay. What's in the water? What is in the water in Shaker where?
It's lit over there. It's popping over there.
No, listen.
Y'all can have them blue signs. I'm white signs.
No, because we had Colin, we had Kalani, we had a couple of people who are coming, and like entrepreneurship must be in like the water over there or something. It's like y'all doing y'all thing, okay, all right. So okay, let's see where it all started. Where did the entrepreneur spirit bite you back then? Were you the kid hustling candy? Were you the kid with the Girl Scout cookies? Like
some of all of it. I've always had the go and get it mentality. My biggest thing from being young is like, if they don't let me through the door, I'm coming through the window.
Title episode.
So I started off with the long hair. I started off cleaning, doing things around the house. I was always like, if I'm doing it, can I get paid for it?
Yeah.
My mom like, no, this is what you're supposed to be doing. So cool, I'm gonna go over there and ask her then, can I get paid for this? And then it's just one thing led to another. And once you see like you could really, the sky is the limit, anything you want you can have, you just don't stop.
Yeah, no, that's good. Okay, so I know you for your real estate expertise and whatnot.
Right.
But where did it all start for you? Was it in school? You like, you know what? I'm gonna go to real estate route. Like, where did it all begin?
No, I did not start with real estate. I had a severe death in my family. My brother was murdered.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I thought that life insurance was my journey. I thought life insurance was my story to tell. He had died at 29 and didn't have life insurance, and while we were able to financially afford it, it still took a struggle and strife on our family. So I thought, well, teach people young if I get to them young. So life insurance is an entrepreneur journey as well. You know, what you sell is what you make, and your potential can be anything. But that just was so trying for me. It was testing me more, and I did not realize it. And at the same time, I had my hand in real estate with my son's father, my fiance at that time, and I was doing that more, and I looked up, and it's like, you know how you look up and see what your life is, and I'm like, I'm doing real estate more, and I'm smiling, and I'm loving this, and I'm still trying to push this life insurance. Why are you doing that? This doesn't work. So I decided to just let the life insurance go. Well, I was forced in a way, but I let it go, and I was like, I'm gonna get my license. I had already been passively investing, and then from there, 1, 2, 3 led to another, and I'm like, why haven't I been doing this?
Wow.
No, that's awesome because I did not know that story. Okay, so let me ask you this: what skill sets would you say you learned from selling insurance, or just overall, but everything you embarked in that helped you be able to be a great real estate agent?
I think the art of sales, right? And being relatable and and being yourself. So I learned all of that in the insurance game. I've learned it because I did telemarketing. I started working when I was 13. I fudged my work permits? You
does you criminate yourself full time, Lovie?
I'm like, I'm getting me a job, so I went and got a little call center job, and from there it was just like the art of sales and taking that and learning like in life insurance, it's just as tough as real estate, but even tougher because nobody wants to talk about them dying. Nobody wants to have those conversations. So being able to get comfortable with having tough conversations. When I got into real estate, it's like, you don't want to be rich, you don't want a legacy, you don't want to.
It's a no-brainer.
Like, I have to convince you of this. Like, so it became easier.
Yeah. No, I got you.
Still hard in a way because there's different stuff to it, but a lot easier.
I'm about to say we'll get into that a little bit later because I know when I first started versus now is a whole different arena and whatnot.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the beginning days though. Let's talk about because you said you were already investing in real estate passively and whatnot, which is dope by the way. So you all. And like anyone who knows about real estate or deals with real estate understands that real estate is everything that you do.
No.
Every aspect of it all. Right?
I mean, your house. Look at we in real estate right now. This is real estate. This is a value across the street. Like the cars that drive up to the houses, like all of it goes to real estate. Yeah, the parking lot, the land. It's so many parts to it. So when I started it, my son's father wanted to we met and he was like, I'm in construction. I'm like, no, you're not. You're not in construction. This is a goddamn lie. He was like, all right, I'm about to buy a house. I'm like, all right, buy the house. Let's see. We lost all our fucking money. Like, every dollar. We didn't even have, like, $1. We were begging people, like, asking, can we get, can we get a loan? We were fucked up. And we figured out hard money. And from there, he started off fixing and flipping. And then from there, we got more and more properties and start fixing and flipping. And then once you start, it's just like that spiral. Yeah, so now wholesaling. Now, keeping, buying hoes, bird, all this stuff just started coming. So it was just like a you go down that rabbit hole. One of the best rabbit holes I've ever ventured down. But
so time out. Because we gotta pack a couple things. Because you guys lost money, and most people when they lost money, like, I'm done. I remember I started doing stocks. I lost money. Like, I ain't doing this no more. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? What kept y'all going after y'all lost or whatnot?
I mean, just to my concept, if they don't let me through the door, I'm coming through the window. We can't stop. What we gonna stay broke? Like, it can only go up from here. Yeah. So once we were rock bottom and figured out a way that it worked, we like, okay, test that. It's like a protocol and test that. Let's see how the hard money rolled. And we became our own hard money lenders, and then people partnering in with us. So it was no way to stop. Being poor, that don't stop.
What was the option?
Yeah. Like, we gotta try it again. And a lot of people succeed in real estate. It's possible. We just didn't do it the right way.
That's good.
Now, was there someone that kind of helped you guys along the way to get it right, or you guys just figured it out on your own as a duo partnership?
No, everyone helped somebody. Yeah, we definitely. Our lenders and, our real estate agent at the time, Andrew Powell, shout out to Andrew at Remax. He was always encouraging Anthony to do, go this route, buy this house, do this. And when we hit rock bottom, he introduced us to our then lenders. And then from there, more people introduced us to this. And as we got going, and our lenders have been really a pivotal point for us. And me, now that I'm actually in the game and a realtor and investing on my own, it has spiraled on to more and more people. But our realtor definitely helped us. And now I'm being a realtor, I'm like, yeah, shout out to your realtor, man. Your realtor will turn you up.
No, facts. It's like in any relationship, they can either be your downfall or be the one that helps you elevate or whatnot.
100%.
Yes, no, absolutely. So I want to talk about the first few days. So it's different from being an investor for being an agent, because being an agent requires you to actually have to be more caring towards someone who they're putting their money towards this thing and whatnot. Tell people the difference about being an investor versus being an agent, because it's two different things. People think if you're an agent, you're an investor. That's two.
No, hell no. I think I'm only a better agent because I am an investor. And I know that allows me to see to people's pain points. I see where the struggles is. I've invested all my money and lost it, so I get it. You know what I mean? And I get it to a deeper level. So it's not the same. So when you're an investor, you're looking at no legacy, no nothing. It's like, this is a deal, this is how much money I make. Once the money is made, I go on to live my life. As a realtor, I have to care and be compassionate, and I have to help you gain what could be either passive income or forever home for you and your kids. So it's two different spectrums. They are coinciding, but not everyone is made to be an investor, because it's a huge risk.
No, that's facts.
Like, if I help you, then I win. If I go invest and I lose, there's no incentive. I lost. It's done. Or I win, But as I help you as a realtor, it's really just me gaining and growing. But as an investor, I could fall and never get back up. So it's two different worlds.
No, absolutely. Because I know a lot of times I sit down with people, like, they can't differentiate between the two. They just see HGTV and be like, oh yeah. Gonna get that house and we're gonna make that money, and it's all gonna happen in 30 minutes. Right in the episode, like,
right.
No. So I was gonna talk about the misconceptions, because a lot of people, there are a lot of misconceptions when it comes to real estate. I can go through them all, but I want to hear your take on it all. Like, what are the biggest misconceptions you have seen what people have when it comes to real estate?
They think it's cheap. They think it's cheap. A lot of people think real estate is cheap, and while it can be inexpensive, it's one of the biggest purchases you'll ever make, like, in your whole entire life. So whether that's going to be your house, whether it's going to be your investment, like, it's really a big deal.
It's a big deal. No,
so I don't think that people have an understanding of how expensive and how much goes into purchasing real estate as a first-time home buyer or as an investor. And then the time. Yeah. This does not happen in an HGTV moment. Like, you could be in a deal for 3 months. You could be in it for 6 months. Talking commercial, you could be in it a year. So it takes time. If you buy your first time home, it could be 45 days or more. So it's not something that's just like, I like it. I got it. You know, walking out the store with it. No, it takes time and it is expensive.
Mm-hmm. No. And I know when I tell my clients we do the initial consultation, you be like, yeah, normal transaction is 30 to 90 days. Like 90 days. I'm like, yeah, because if someone outbid you, we got to re-up the
Go
bid.
all over.
Yeah, no, listen. And like I said, I think AGT was the worst thing that ever could have happened to us because it's like, what? And like people want to buy the emotion. I tell all my clients, even though you're not an initial investor, this is an investment you're making.
Yes,
you got to think about at the end of the day, you want to make your money back and then some when you decide to sell your home and whatnot. They're like, no, I want to buy because the kitchen's pretty.
It's like, what? We could get a whole new kitchen in here in 30 days. Like, we can't even recognize this place.
And, you know, and this is something that I've been talking with a lot of people, and like 90% of my clientele are women, not too many men. No, and I was going to allude to that or whatnot. Y'all are killing it or whatnot, and I just, fellas, what are y'all doing? Like most of the time, I mean, you guys, because their wife is like, hey, let's buy a house or whatnot. Never is it, I want to buy a house for the sake of, you know what I'm saying, I want to invest in real estate. It's just like, my girl told me to come buy a house. It's like, what? Lord Jesus. So let me ask you this. In your opinion, how do you feel like we as a people, especially for our men, can get into the realm of real estate and understand how, not easy it is, but how it's actually in the realm of possibility?
Knowledge, man. Educate, lock in. Like you gotta get with people who are doing it and willing to teach you how it goes. And I'm queen partner. I believe in partnering in. So if you don't know what you're doing or you're scared to do it or don't know if it's possible for you, partner with somebody else, and that's going to give you that confidence to be like, you know what, I got this, I can do this. Kind of to your point of like when a man and a woman goes together, it's like, oh, let my wife pick it out. You know, the man is only able to make it so easy for them because the wife is doing it. It's the partnership. It's the whole partnership in that. So educate yourself and partner in.
Yeah, no, listen. And you know what? This is why I love he's one of my favorite agents and whatnot. Now, let me tell you how the real estate world get really competitive and whatnot. I don't compete with nobody and whatnot. I actually applaud other agents. Like, y'all do y'all thing, you know what I'm saying? And, like, no reason why you can't work together and whatnot. And I love people who are authentic in who they are and whatnot. I think one of the things that draw clients to me is that I will be like this with my laptop, and I'm still going to talk to you with the knowledge that you need to buy a home and whatnot.
Exactly.
I don't like the agents that are, like, three-piece suit, with the shoulder pads and anything or whatnot, briefcase already, like, you know.
Yeah. It's intimidating.
It's
not relatable.
Come on now.
There we go.
So I was about to say, so let me ask you about what would you say your real estate agent style is? How would you describe it?
I think it's like my handle, real estate with love. Like I really care. Like I do. And that's how I act. That's how I act. That's how I do myself. I got my iPad over there. I'm like, I'm hanging out today, but if it happens, I need to be able to help my clients at any cost. So just being that involved, you know, and I really care. So that's my style.
That's
just
what's up.
really caring.
And like I said, and like, y'all follow Lovie on Instagram, like, you know what I'm saying? She all her stunning stuff and whatnot. And I think that's dope because I remember when I first started, I would see the Instagram pages of these people with just this aesthetic, just like, white and just, I'm like, oh, okay, it's like the kitchen and this.
That's all I do every day. I got a house for you. Look at me.
No, but I love the people who are authentically themselves and whatnot. Because once again, I've always heard that was making a person want to work with you versus another agent. Because you are authentically yourself.
Absolutely. And all the sales training and all the things that I have learned, that all goes back to relatability and you being yourself. People can tell when they're being pitched and where they're being sold. And I know what's for me is for me. Like, I have been covered in so many aspects of my life that I don't need to convince you to work with me.
Right,
it is 100 agents, but if you want it done in the style that I do it, then you're gonna want to work with me.
Come on now.
And I have to be real. Like I go out, I have fun, I have friends, I have kids. I can't do real estate all damn day.
Yeah,
like I'll have it with me. I can consume it. It's a huge part of my life. But come on, like you don't want to know who I am for real. Like I want to know who you are, so I can help you get to the goals you want. So you got to know me too.
She preaching. I know today is Sunday, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna love you preaching today. That's good stuff, though. No, that's real. And I feel like in 2024, that has to be the thing, because like the one thing I'll say about my broker is we have a nice assortment of different age groups, different generations, and you'll see the contrast of agents who've been doing this for 30 plus years, and they are still in three-piece suits, and they always say, "Bro, how do you get clientele?" Bro, because I will go like this.
And they showing up like that.
Yeah, they show up just like this, right? You know?
We relating.
Exactly. Especially
those 50-year agents, and I've been doing this forever. That's tips me a little bit because yes, they have a lot of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they have been doing this for a while, but not being open to change. It's like 2024, bro. Like we could buy a house all off the phone. When you was doing it, you was running around with a briefcase with 100 papers. Like, you not gonna change at all. Like, you don't want to tweak it in
a little bit.
way.
Right. They'll tell me, hey, Brandon, you mind making a post social media for me? I'm like,
man, get with this. Get with this.
All right, no. So that leads me to my next question. In 2024, where do you feel like real estate is going? Because as we all know, interest rates are high as Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
On top of that, the inventory is low.
Yeah.
And then you got all these things in the air that are making people very hesitant to buy right now. Where do you feel like the future of real estate is going?
I think it's separating the real from the fake right now.
Tired of carrying that load? Drop the house. Gutter Properties will buy your house as is with offers up to $300,000. Need serious repairs, liens, taxes, or judgments? We'll work through your unique situation to get that house off your back. During your free, no-obligation appraisal, we maintain social distancing and take every precaution to ensure your experience is safe. Drop the house. Gutter Properties. Call us or visit gutterproperties.com.
Really about it, nothing's changing for you. If you're timid and scared and unsure, don't know the power in it, then you probably listen to all those Trotskys and feeling that all of that can affect you in some type of way. But those who are serious and know, like, no matter what, everything changes, right? From the streets we drive down to the cars we drive, our computers, we all get updates. We don't hesitate when they say a new iPhone update, we update it. This is the same. Real estate is getting updated. It's a different way that it's being done. That's not to say it's not still is powerful, not to say that it still is lucrative. It's just changing. So if you really about it, you staying in for the long haul.
So you gonna weather the storm?
Yeah, exactly. Because it's changed forever since we got into it. Like, I got into it in the past 6 years, but it was a whole different way 6 years before then. If you stuck around on those 30-year agents, I'm sure they could preach on all of the changes. This is just another one.
Yeah. No, that's good. Because I remember I was talking to, like you said, older agent. He was talking about how during the Reagan administration, interest rate was like 13, 14%. We're talking about double digit
Oh,
numbers.
my God.
And they're like still at like 6, 7%. That's still low.
Right.
And then we had Adam. Shout out to Adam, by the way. We just had him on recently.
I love Adam. I was just talking to him.
Yeah. Shout out to Adam. And he was talking about at 3-4%. How long did we all expect the rates to stay at?
Yeah, come on, be for real. What if that was the case? We'd all be doing it. Stayed at 3%. What would be the value of homes? Like, you want your property to be value so everybody can afford it? No, step your money up and come buy this real estate. Don't make us lower ours because you can't afford it. Like, nah. And then when you look at it too, if you get in position and power, you won't think about the entrance rate. If you know that your value and your appreciation, you are not thinking on, oh, this 6% interest rate. I do not, when I get my credit cards or get my cars or I want what I want, I'm not hounding over the fees that it takes me to get there. You get what I'm saying? Like, I got to pay to play. So if this house is nice, slap the rate on there, let's pay the note, make more money. That's I don't know. That's how I look at it.
No. Listen, shout out David Shands. He said as an entrepreneur or in his life, he realized that was the key to accumulating wealth. He was saying, instead of me worrying about this, how am I going to pay this? How what am I going to create? What am I going to do to get the money to afford this right here?
Yeah, exactly.
And he said that's been his mentality since he started that. Like, you want to afford that car? Okay, what product or what I need to do in order to get that?
100%. Everything I have a income to support it. So whether it's a side hustle, like I wanted a nicer car, I was driving a decent car, that was cool, but I'm like, okay, I want a nicer car. Get a house, get an income, get a side hustle that pays for that. Like, I just gotta make more money. I'm not gonna not want things. You're not gonna not desire to have nice things. You just make more money to get it.
Dave Ramsey's watching, probably somewhere very mad at you right now. I'm just playing with you. No, and that's why I love having people. You know what I'm saying? And like we talk about the off camera, but I know we first started the pull-up screen. We don't want to make it a real estate, you know what I'm saying? Podcast.
No, I love what I do though, so we can make it all
No, absolutely.
All day.
All day, no. But and I want to give time to make sure we talk about your amazing podcast.
Oh, for sure.
So let's talk about it. What made you want to pivot into the podcast space?
Yeah, so we started off, Wake and Hustle became accountability call. So we did that for a year where we woke up every morning at 7:45 in the morning with like-minded people, and we held ourselves accountable. So whatever our goals were for that week, we started this ritual of making sure we writing our list down, holding ourselves accountable. Don't write it down, make it happen. So if you wrote it down and the list wasn't there, we're going through it throughout the week and just lifting each other up. And that was nice. But we started to feel like we weren't reaching as many people as we could. And what we had and what we seen the potential to be, we decided let's just pivot to a podcast instead of the Monday through Friday, every day, accountability call. And that's where it blossomed into the podcast space, because we felt that we could share more of like what other people are doing to get to the goals that they're trying to reach. So we spent the year locking in with people or everybody who came on, and we all succeeded. We all leveled up in that year, and we like, all right, well, let's show more people that's doing this same thing.
That's dope. So let me ask you this: since y'all started, what would you say are some of the things that you have come across? Because we know podcasting ain't easy. You know?
No, God.
What are some of the not saying pitfall, what are some obstacles that you have faced thus far?
Just getting out our own head. We doubted so much.
Sorry,
like we doubted so much, and we were like, what, think about looking at this, or like nobody cares about that. Like get the information out, but then being strategic too, right?
Yeah.
So having your lighting, having your cameras, having everything right. You just can't throw anything out there, because if you can't like see it and it's not presented in the right way, then you're not gonna grasp their attention.
Absolutely. And
then regardless of like who's doing what, people think they way more important than they are. So it'd be like, all right, like working with other people, and we got great guests. People have been very receptive to us, but it's also working around schedules and people feeling like, oh, y'all not reaching out to me. What if, it's like, it's not that. It's like a certain way we want to do it, and it's not that you're not important. We want to hear your journey, but we want to offer diversity and things like that. So it gets difficult balancing people's emotions and their egos. And while we want to feed into every last one of them, it's just not possible.
No, and listen, I'm laughing because we have been there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Drake, right? Shout out to Drake, because Drake will put you in the right mindset, you know what I'm saying, to deal with those things. Because like we get all the time, like, how dare you? Because we listen, anyone who's reached out to us has been a whole experience. We are out into September now, right? And once again, and anyone who's been a guest, they'll tell you like, man, I put a request back in November, and now here's April. You know what I'm saying? And it's because once again, we don't live and die by the podcast. We have lives, we have families, we have all these things that we have to do.
And then production, a lot goes into this. So it's just not we telling you to pull up and boom, we doing it. Everybody has to be here. You got to get your team. You got to get the space. You got to make sure the timing, the lighting, everything is right. It just don't happen because you want it to happen. And they don't be considerate sometimes of that or understanding what all goes into it. They just see the finished product. It's a lot of work behind all of this. So that's why sometimes you get pushed back out. Like we booked out till April or May at this point. We only go month by month, and even with that, trying to get people scheduled, and they traveling, and it's so much to it.
Oh yeah, no.
It's beautiful though, the end product, and it's a great thing. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for being on such an elite one. I'm learning in class myself. Like, okay, we need to get that. We need to do this.
And the one thing I say about our podcast, everybody like, why you have other podcasts on your podcast? Because one, we're not competition to nobody. But then secondly, it's like, I love hearing, other people's taking off, because this podcast thing is not easy and whatnot. No. Everybody was like, you did 200 episodes like it was nothing. Like, no, this was something right here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of something.
And then the collaboration.
Yeah, absolutely.
People find fear in collaboration. They make it competition. But when you take the competition out and collaborate, you go a lot further.
Come on now. Absolutely. No, and I love that. And like I said, and like I want to commend you guys, because once again, and it's why, and like, shout out to my boy Latif over the King Team that work. I will call him. He'll be like, oh, yeah, we had so and so. My interview was better, and it'll be funny because I'm like, oh, okay, for real, bet they're coming on, and it's like, not saying we get competitive, but it's just the fact that we acknowledge the fact that you have a great podcast. I've got a great podcast over here. I love what you're doing. You can get something out of this person versus myself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's never like
It's something to be taken away out of every experience for sure.
Exactly.
Now, are there any podcasts that you guys do, maybe have gotten inspiration from or motivation, like, oh yeah, I like the way that they do that, and has helped with your podcast?
Yeah, so we've looked at your guys' podcast as one of the pivoting points. We've also, for me, I'm a big podcaster, so and my partner Lily, she is too. So we have different real estate and motivational things that we look at. So one of mine is Tim and Julie Harris. They have a podcast. Okay. Yeah, I love it, man. I be in the lab with them, literally, loving it. So I take some of those gems away from that.
Yeah.
And then with Wake and Hustle, we just wanted to come in on a different experience. So a lot of it is just what her and I want to present.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Now, let me ask you this. How do y'all prioritize, but how do you guys choose your guests? Because there's a difference between someone reaching out to you and like, sorry for everybody's in our DMs that I haven't got reached to yet, but we have to, no, right. And like, we have rappers in there, and I'm thinking about this is not a rapper podcast, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's other
Where
platforms.
do you fit that in?
No, that's what I'm gonna ask you guys. Like, I'm pretty sure y'all, if y'all haven't, don't worry, it's coming though.
No, yeah. So we don't want to being real estate and all things real estate, and Lily also being all things real estate and involved in that sector. We don't want to oversaturate with real estate. While it's beautiful, and that's probably going to be majority of what our audience and people are, that's great. We wanted to differentiate so we can bring different vibes to it. So it's hard picking out different people and making sure people are placed in the right way. So that comes with a lot of planning and a lot of strategic, implements of where this person's going to go and the seasons and the times and what's going on. Like right now, it's a whole thing going on in the real estate world. So more people might want to hear more of our real estate people. So let's dump that. Let's say fashion becomes more profitable. Now the eclipse is here. Different things are changing with the world. So it's like, okay, let's gear towards that. So it becomes a plan, a long plan. So coming out to September and all of that makes so much sense to me because you have to plan ahead. And it's never anything personal. Like same for us. It's never personal. Those who we've asked or want to work with us, and we're just working it out to make sure we're giving our audience everything they want.
That's good. So, and I love how Brittany asked that question. I'm going to ask that same question. But my question to you guys is like, when it comes to podcasting, like everyone, I like to think everyone has a vision, right? What is the vision that you gotta have overall for Wake and Hustle? Like, what is the end goal? Because at the end of the day, there's a reason why you guys do it and whatnot.
Absolutely. It's more to empower a lot of women to know, like, they could do and have anything, right? And we want to be in the front sector to say, like, this was me and her. This was me and her idea. This was the knowledge we have, the people and connections we have. Like, if we can do it, you can too. So it's really been an inspiring journey. That's what we want to bring for Wake and Hustle. We want people to know that any of their goals, whether it's real estate, entrepreneurship, losing weight, whatever it looks like for you, it's achievable. So that's why we brought Wake and Hustle to the forefront and putting it out there so everybody can see it and hear from dope people. Because we can't do it just me and her. Me and her could only do what me and her could do. But other people are doing such amazing things. So we want to put them on their pedestal, give them their flowers, and them to feel like, okay, my story is worth hearing.
Yeah, that's good. That's real good. And I know for us, like for me, podcast is free college.
Yeah,
because it's just, I don't know about y'all. Because everybody, how you doing with questions? Because I generally be wanting to know.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the best way to ask, because you be wanting to know, and people to go look at your Instagram or they'll look at your social media. It's like, you only seeing what I put on there. You ain't knowing what you really want to know from me. And this is a way to get people to say that. You know what I mean? Tell them what you want. That's one of our questions. We like, what do you want people to know about you? And it gives them that opportunity. Like, some of our guests are like, I don't know. It's like, yes, you do. You just got to think about it. You want them to know something and not what you just post. You want them to know X, Y, and Z. So we're going to give you the platform to tell them.
That's facts. And I say all the time on the podcast, like, everyone knows the story, but everyone knows the glory, no one knows the story.
Exactly.
And we wanted to make sure that people understand that what happened was not an overnight success. It was a gradual process that over mistakes, over burnout, over all of it.
And they feel like they can do it now.
Yeah, exactly. No, listen. And I'm glad you brought it because, like, I mean, we started this thing out. We said we wanted to make sure our podcast does three things. Either going to encourage you, and empower you, we're going to educate you. One of the three. You know what I'm saying? So if every episode does that, cool. If the 2 to 3, cool. But it's going to hit one of those three.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
No, absolutely. And I think that a lot of people, when they start with podcasts, it's like, I want to get in front of a mic and Cat Williams that joint.
Yeah, no. Right, every interview can't be that.
God bless you. God bless you.
Because how many years he was holding that in?
Oh my gosh, for a long time.
Yeah, he dumped that out. That was long overdue. But it's a lot of more stories that are not as, on the spotlight like that. But and people don't even know they got a story. They just sitting there just being humble. It's like, nah, come tell us what you got. We want to know. If you ain't think we want to know, we want to know.
No, that's facts. Have you had anybody try to like Cat Williams one time? Like, I'm gonna tell everything on Hustle.
No, we haven't gotten there. I think our guests now are still being a little bit reserved. just because our platform is new and we're reaching people.
Lovie.
Yeah. So see, we weren't doing that. We weren't doing that, and that's something that I was thinking while I'm here. Like, okay, people do want to loosen up and feel more relatable, and we were just making it like, oh, let's have a conversation, but. A lot of my best conversations be happening over some wine, or
That's true.
Listen, and
at
like,
the bar.
I tell people real quick, like, hey, listen, y'all don't never see a glass in my hand, because I don't want to be over here, you know what I'm saying, getting real goofy with the juice. But if you want, you know what I'm saying, good time, hey, wine does every single time. And by the way, nice way to commercial for 2U Wines. Listen, guys,
it's
get
really
your
good.
Nice. Yes.
This is really good. Like, I'm enjoying it. I keep picking it up. Like, I'm tasting different notes. And I won't say I'm a connoisseur, but I'm getting there. I'm, you know, educating myself more. Just not drinking it to get drunk. Just tasting it and enjoying the notes and the flavors. So.
No, absolutely. And like we have many guests where they might have more than one glass, and they be like, ooh.
Right. A whole bottle. Going outside. Like, whoa. The whole bottle now.
Yeah. It was wild.
Good work.
It was a good time, though.
Yeah, great time.
So, okay, let me ask you this. So, okay, with that being said, where do you see the future for the podcast, and then where do you see the future for your real estate empire? So I say empire because...
Yes, speak that over me. For the podcast, I see the longevity in it. I see us expanding to outside of Cleveland and just more people, more empowerment for women, more empowerment for just anyone who has a story to tell, right? Just giving more confidence. Like, I see us really making everyone feel confident in their story, their journey, their struggle, and their success. And for my real estate journey, I see the legacy of it, right? Like, my actual brokerage is through EXP, but my company is called As One. And me being my name Lovie, I say that as I have matured, that it really fits me. I really care. I really love, you know. So being As One, I see that going way past me. Like, and when I'm not here, I see that moving along and pushing, because people need somebody. Everybody needs somebody, and having people in your corner.
This is a great time in Cleveland tonight, and I think what we look at is black excellence on display right now.
I feel blessed. From the moment I walked in the door, I heard Mr. Wheaton and congratulations and everything. Now all the way up to upstairs, same thing, man. It's a blessing.
I am feeling really grateful, very blessed. It's just an amazing experience to be able to be in the room with so many amazing people and people that are game changers and world changers. That's, you know, breaking bread and making businesses in Cleveland, Ohio.
This is a night, like, for the books for not only Cleveland but Ohio. I'm so proud of Tenora.
Authentic, and they care for you, and they have power, and they have leverage. It exudes anything. If I had those opportunities I have now back then, I would be 3-4 steps ahead. So I see that going way past me.
Yeah. So are you preparing the kiddos to take over one of these?
Oh, 100%, 100%.
Are they doing some of the renovations?
Yes, I just have my son on my sites. I have him, while he's only 6, I have him at all of my adventures. He's been there from the beginning. So when we come into a house, he's like, it doesn't even faze him when we come into our rehabs. And his dad does it. He's 100% into it. He's one of the greats here in Cleveland on the fix and flip side. So he's all in, hands on. All of our kids are. My nieces and my nephews, I have them come demo, take stuff down. Like, anytime all my kids around me, my nieces and nephews, I'm doing it, I'm teaching them. And I know it's kind of annoying to them, but they're going to look back like, oh, I know this, I know that. I'm like, look at you, talking your shit. But yes, I'm bringing my kids into it 100%. And my mother did that with me. She owned her house in Shaker. She was one of the first black people in Shaker to own a house, black woman in Shaker to own a house. So, and she was big on that. And I used to be like, oh my God, like, okay, buy a house. But now I'm like, yes, buy a house right now, buy all you can, you know, and it made sense. So I'm only doing what I was taught.
That's good. No. So let me ask you this: what would you? So there's a young man, young man, and young lady watching right now. What advice would you give them if they want to start in real estate? And then I want to make another question. Same thing on podcasting. What advice would you give them? they want to start out?
So if you're looking to start in real estate, whether it's in investment sector, I'm gonna guess that's what they're doing. Fix your credit. Be very big on your credit. Like, you leverage your credit. It's gonna be an easy way for you to get in. Yeah, you can get in that way. And be smart about your money. Like, don't be I make $1,000 a week, so I got $500 to spend. That's not real. Budget your money. Learn the power of $1.
Come on now.
So that you know how to spend it and where to spend it at.
Yep.
And then if you're looking to get into a podcast, I'm going to challenge them to have the same questions that you asked me. What do you want to gain out of it? You know, what is the purpose of it? Like, you have to have purpose. Do not go out just chasing tails and win because, they doing it, I want to do it. They doing that, I want to do it. Who are you? You know, what's the purpose of that? So have a purpose for it. And then get into the lab, like YouTube University, watch other podcasts, see what other people are doing, ask questions, slide in the DM.
Slide in the DM.
Not be scared. Slide on in there. Like, how do you do that? How's this working? You would be surprised more than not.
Absolutely.
Someone will answer your question.
Absolutely.
If not, just hold your damn hand and take you all the way through it.
Yes, that's awesome. Now, do you offer, Lovie, like mentorship for those who maybe are inspired and want to learn from you? Like,
Yes, I am now. I will realistically say I was just doing it. And now I'm like, all right, like, you can't be all for everybody and you ain't teaching nobody. Like, that's dumb as hell. Now I am, and I'm working what that looks like. I'm figuring out so that everything I do it with a passion and I do it with intent. So I want to be sure that I give the right, so I want to meet people where they're at and what they want, giving you the right advice, giving you the right information, giving you the right resources. Some people are far ahead, some people are just starting out. So working through that, but I am open to it. So I do have a few people who are lining up for a mentorship, and I'm working out how that looks. And right now, I'm at a point where I want to give back so much that if you catch me now, I got a lot to give. But later, I might tax you.
No, that's what's up. I was say I can see a bus tour.
Something like that. But I feel like it's a lot of information, but it's a lot of fluff. So I want to give back in an authentic way and with real resources.
Come on now.
And it doesn't have to have a high ticket on it, because if I make you level up and I make you level up, then I'm going to get that in return. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you to give me all your money right now. Go get some and then bring it back to me.
Come on now. And that's where people mess it up at, because they'll tax you on the front end.
Yeah.
Not realizing that the money is made on the back end as far as relationships and then
all of
word
it.
of mouth.
I've done that. I've crossed out some of the real heavy hitters, and I'm just like, damn, I was only looking at that one transaction and that one thing, and I totally missed out on the relationship and the longevity and the building and wanting to get this quick sale or this dollar. And it's like, man, if I would have only listened, then I could, have built more. But I'm working on that. That's
no, listen, and I love the fact that you recognize, what I'm saying, because I think a wise person is the person who realizes the mistake they made, what I'm saying, and learn from them.
Yeah, make the necessary changes.
You're very
100%.
wise, what I'm saying.
Thank you.
So, okay, y'all. So, we're going to get those separate questions, okay?
Okay.
And y'all know I love these questions because I feel like great podcasts have it. You know what I'm saying? They have separate questions that they love to ask their guests. And I know I personally these questions because they kind of go to what the core of our podcast is, the collaboration piece.
Okay.
And the question we like to ask everyone is, in Cleveland has a bad stigma, right, of not being a collaborative place. How do you feel? See, right? How do you feel like we can change that narrative or whatnot, or how we change the narrative and we just so acting on that?
Yeah, I think we're still being labeled in that way. I think we are starting to gradually do so, but I think we do it by literally getting out here, right? Like getting in the streets, giving back, like really going into those sectors that I be hearing all the time. Everybody say like EC is so this and EC is so that. Like go over there, see it for yourself. So give back in a way that's just not for your self-gain. I don't think that we not collaborative. I think everybody's out for their own self-gain. So if we take ourselves out of it and realize the benefit in coming together, like if we all could do a lot better. Everybody could do more than what they're doing. So the way we can collaborate more is just really you, me, in ourselves, taking that initiative, and those who's watching, those who's listening, like stop looking at people with a gain or a motive and just look at genuine relationships that you could build.
That's good. Let me ask you this. I know the real estate game is really ganged up.
Oh my gosh. Oh my, it's so clicky.
It's really
I
clicky.
did not want parts of that. Get me out the gang. Oh my God.
But how you seeing the podcast world yet? Because I'm not. How can I say this? I'm not going to put it out there, but let's just say it gets clicky in the podcast realm too. Have you seen that yet?
I have not seen that yet.
God bless you.
With the welcoming of you guys and all the things that we've been putting out there so far, it's been decent. It's been okay.
Well, we gang now. So
we locked in.
We locked in, yes, ma'am. So okay, let me ask you this: who would you like to collaborate in the future?
Whew. The vision is so big. On a sector here in Cleveland, I want to collaborate with the little people. I want to collaborate with the people who don't know what they're doing. That's where I want to start. But on a bigger sector, like I am just fangirl for Taraji.
Okay, come on now.
Fangirled out. I don't know what it would look like, but whatever it is, I don't know. If I could style, talk, sit, I don't know, anything. What did he have them going to the store? Getting the cheesecake.
Not you going
Fangirl. Like, I love her. So, yeah, that's probably what I'm
Okay.
going with. Yeah,
That's a good collaboration.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, I could too. So phenomenal woman, by the way.
Yes,
I mean, learned so much from you, okay? And I'm talking about you. Yeah, I'm talking about you. But she phenomenal too. So Taraji, make that happen.
I know you watch Taraji.
Yeah. But phenomenal woman, you still have so many different goals to still achieve in your lifetime. So when it comes to the legacy part of everything, what would you like the legacy to be for you, and what would you like the legacy to be for everything business-wise underneath you?
I want my legacy to be one that's of integrity. One that's more. I want people to look at me and be like, I love her. You know what I mean? Like I've experienced her, I've talked to her, I've been around her, I've hung out with her, and have genuine love for me. Not just, I want them to walk away feeling loved by being around me.
It's never very appropriate.
Thank you. Thank you. And I want that to go on. You know what I mean? I want people, when I'm not in the room, to just be like, oh, Lovie, she's amazing. And I feel like I'm working really hard towards that, and I'm getting in that step. And for my business, I want it to be one that is just, as it says, as one. I want it to be collaborative. I want people to feel welcome, a space where they know, like, I go there, or I work with as one, I'm good, you know what I mean? Or they're handling my business, or they're working on my behalf, the deal is done. Like, I want that confidence in my business for them to know, like, you teaming up with us, you going far.
Come on now.
So listen, I know that this has just been an impactful episode. I'm sure the viewers watching are inspired and motivated, and they're ready to get started in this real estate game.
Better come get it.
That's right, get it from her. So for those that are watching, what would you say if you had to take our interview today and condense it down to just 3 key points that you would like for them to take away? What would they be?
I want everybody to believe in themselves. Educate yourself. It's power. It's power, man. Like, I only know what I know because I was so willing to learn it.
That's good.
And just to just really feel like anything is reachable. You can do anything. It's nothing you can't do. You can have it all.
Come on, that's a great takeaway right there.
That is. That's great.
And I feel like this is the most important question for everybody.
Okay.
Where can I learn more about you? Where can they get in contact with you? Where can they learn about mentorship about you? All that good stuff.
Okay, so first and foremost, my number, hit me up. Like, the DMs and stuff is cool, but if you ain't on my line, days go by. So 216-541-9164. That's gonna be the first place.
She about the life right there. She said, I'm gonna put a number out there.
Just call me, like, or text me or whatever. If I don't answer, leave a voicemail, because that's really what I do on a day-to-day. And then obviously slide in my DMs, hit me up on Instagram. It's Real Estate with Love, WIT Love. And Wake and Hustle, you can catch us there at Wake and Hustle on YouTube and _Wake and Hustle on Instagram.
Okay, but and by the way, I'll have that in the show notes, so you guys are gonna know where you watching this. Don't be lazy. It's right here underneath where you watching it. All right.
Yeah, just click.
Right,
you know how everybody is.
Yeah, it's right there. This has been a phenomenal episode. I already knew it was gonna be phenomenal, but I didn't know how phenomenal it's gonna be. So we appreciate you.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely. So y'all, we gotta pay some bills, okay?
Yeah.
With that being said. Oh, I already know what you're doing on the 18th and whatnot.
Oh, yes, I will be there.
yes.
I'm excited. Like, I cannot wait. I'm coming notebook in hand, laptop ready.
Come on now. Yes. If you gotta know what you're talking about, we having the one and only Mr. David Shands. Now, y'all want to talk about great podcasts. His podcast, Social Proof, has been great blueprint to show us what's possible or whatnot. So we have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. David Shannon coming to the city, and guess what? He's coming here, and you can have a seat in the same room with him for free. Okay. All you need to do is text Podcast Summit to
33777.
Yes, guys. So we want to see you there, and I don't know if it takes left, but try your chance at it, because last time I checked, it was like down to 5. But please try your hand at it. But I want to make sure you're in the room, okay? Do me a favor and let everyone know, and we want to make sure that we show out, because Dave was like, "Oh, Cleveland." Everyone's kind of worried of Cleveland, but we want to make sure we show them that Cleveland can not only represent, but we're going to turn up one time for Mr. Chance, okay?
Yes.
So yes, guys. Lastly,
make sure you guys tune into my podcast, Beauty
Yes.
Told. Again, giving you weekly episodes, whether it be relational, whether it be lifestyle, whether it be financial. And again, having great guests on, such as Lovie. Work that out. But yeah, just telling our stories, again, kind of letting you know the pitfalls and things that we went through. So hopefully you don't have to do the same. So if you learned something, then we know it was a story well told. So I can't wait to see you guys there.
absolutely. And lastly, guys, I want to thank you, the person watching, you, the person listening, because once again, you guys have shown us that you love hearing stories of great people like Lovie, telling their stories, telling their downfalls and how they came back up, and how they keep staying motivated. Last time I checked, once again, no subscribe. Y'all keep subscribing, y'all keep liking, y'all keep doing y'all thing. So we can't thank you guys enough for doing that and showing us the need for these stories. Okay, this is episode 204, guys. There's something to be said about that, because like Lovie said, when you do podcasting, you cannot do it with the purpose of just solely of just getting money and just doing this and the other. You do it for a purpose, and that purpose is, once again, showing people what's possible here in the great city of Cleveland, okay?
Yes.
So we thank y'all, and we don't take it for granted whatsoever. Shout out to Steve! You know what I'm saying? And we can't thank y'all enough, all right? So we'll see y'all guys next time, all right? Peace.
Peace.